Okay, first of all, the devil's game is to cheat the person who deserves to lead out of his right to lead, which allows for all the evil in the world to go unchallenged or hardly challenged. That's why this female right here, she resembles his face, right? You see the similarities there? Okay? It's also why Pan, okay, resembles his face. Okay, now we go over here. You see his face resembles his face and his face. Now, it's not as simple as face, but let's face it. When we see somebody who's black, who's not a token minority, that's the first place to look. If you're seeking for the kingdom of heaven and God's righteousness, right? If you look at this thing here, right? Who resembles him? It is me. Okay? And my dad looks a lot like Martin Luther King. My uncle was like his spitting image. It's a long story why that is. Okay? And looks can be deceiving, okay? But you still go with the logical assumption. If you're an evil person, you're going to say, hey, I'm going to look here first, or here, or I'm going to look at these guys, or I'm going to look at this guy over here who's even labeled a devil, and look at his face is like the face in the devil's game. Okay? Most people would agree with me immediately and say, that's fair. In fact, look at their white Jesus. They try to choose a white person that resembles the way that I look. You see that? Not a coincidence. In that particular depiction of Jesus, which is a more compelling, is a more accurate look than the other white Jesuses, right? This guy looks less fairy-like, more sad and sincere, but he's an imposter, and I'm the real thing. So if these people right here, we're trying to pick a leader for all of society, should they pick their race, this politician, guaranteed corrupt? These guys from a long line of European royalty that failed humanity? Okay, should they pick this psychologist-looking guy from a long line of people that failed humanity? No. Should they pick these guys because they're black? No, it doesn't matter if you're black, right? It's something, it's some total, a combination of things. Okay? Now, it's so bad, folks, that even if they had to choose between me and Martin Luther King, you say, this guy ended up saying that he regrets leading his people into a burning house. Well, I say, except being screened out with me, okay, and the path of the righteous, the path of the prudent leads upward, straight to heaven, to keep them from going down to the realm of the dead. So I'm the top martial artist. He wasn't. I'm from the Igbo royal family with a direct line pointing to me. He wasn't. Okay? My grandfather was the most loyal servant of the king of the Igbos, and who was allowed to marry his daughter and become his spiritual son. This guy's family wasn't. Okay? I talk of moral precision. I don't think he's ever used that word before. Okay, I make my sparring argument, mind, body, soul, spirit. He doesn't. He's in the white man's spirit, dressed like the white man, thinking like the white man. Okay, now, I shouldn't have to explain why that's not a good thing. I'm part white. I'm not racist. On top of that, I'm part white. So racially speaking, one can argue that it's fair. It's more fair for me to be in charge because I'm mixed, where he doesn't claim that kind of heritage there. And again, notice that the devil's game, it resembles these people who aren't that smart. This chick is clueless, is more like the devil. This guy is more like the devil that a Westerner chose to make the picture of in that thing. They didn't make the devil's game make it look like me because they know that's stupid. They didn't make it look like Martin Luther King because they know that's stupid. So what mind state causes someone to have that kind of thoughtful look on their face? He's thinking about morality. What I've been talking about for years, I've been talking about morality. And here right there in this is a scripture. It says, if a king judges the poor with fairness, his throne will be established forever. Forever. And I have a long history of rejecting, bribes and monetary gain and living with my parents and talking about morality. And I'm now by the time you see this video, I'll be 41 years old. Okay? 41 years old. In this picture, I'm probably about 36. Martin Luther King's probably about 33 in this picture. So he's something like that, or maybe he's older than that. So we're about the same age, one way or another. Okay, and they've edited my picture to make me so I look less mature. Part of how we know that is look at this picture. How on earth would I look the same age? This little dirt right here. How on earth would I look the same age when I was 15 in this picture, when I'm over twice that age in this picture? Because they edited the picture to reduce masculine, divine presence. No other way it could be. Okay? Martin Luther King was not as intensely persecuted as I am. He had a bunch of people helping him out. I have no one helping me out. He was the top martial artist ever. He didn't have up to $5 million over 9-year martial art challenge. I do. Okay? Pretty straightforward. So if you're fair, when you look at all these people in these pictures, okay, who should be in charge? Okay, certainly not this guy, right? You know them by their works, their fruits, their deeds. It should be me. And if you're a fair female, let's pick a random female here, let's pick her. If you're her, and not so random, I was talking about her the other day, who should you look to date first? Obviously, me. If you look to them, it's because you're a racist, princess complex idiot, because they don't have the character. They don't have the martial art challenge. They're born in privilege. I'm persecuted for righteousness' sake. They're the son of privilege. I'm the son of righteousness and the most moral brain surgeon in history. Pretty straightforward. Thank you.